Guys, one thing that gets overlooked in hobby is the need for a decent charger, right? Now let's get the elephant out of the room out of the way. Now, you can buy chargers that will basically charge up your vehicle, whether it be like a USB charger or something like that. But honestly, guys, you might be there for hours trying to charge your battery, especially if you're someone like myself, uses many different vehicles or even something with a high capacity battery. GT Power have reached out. They've given me a bunch of products, obviously, to show you guys at home and obviously try out myself. I've been using this solely now for the past couple of weeks, and guys, I want to show you in this video, I'm about to charge my batteries for the Synchro, and I want to get out and use my car. Now, one thing I will say is the need for a decent battery charger is quite apparent. I have seen some horror stories out there where people are charging their batteries incorrectly, or maybe you know, not overcharging them in some sort of way because obviously they've left the battery in, not understanding obviously storage, charging, balancing. With a charger, with a decent charger, you can do all these things. You can remain safe, you can charge your batteries in good time and get out and use your vehicles, bring them home and put them into storage charge and keep them safe and tidy. What they've also done, guys, is a couple of little accessories that they've currently got on the market as well, and I'm going to include those with this video. But today the focus will be on the X2 Pro charger, 200 amp charger, 200 watts, sorry. And yeah, loads of cool features, including Bluetooth, and you can control the charger on your phone. Let's go. Welcome back to the channel, guys. Welcome back to ChriswithaC. Hope you're all doing well. Thank you very much for joining me today. As I mentioned in the start of the video, guys, GT Power have reached out to me and asked me look at a bunch of products, okay? They've sent over numerous products to show you guys at home. And look, there is an issue I find with newcomers coming to the market and a lot of experienced users that are not using the correct equipment for charging your batteries. Now, these batteries, LiPo batteries, guys, can be quite dangerous put in the wrong hands or not treated correctly. Now, what I mean by this is you could overcharge, you're not charge them correctly, not store them correctly. They are, I wouldn't say fragile, but can cause issues obviously at home if you're not charging these correctly. Now, I'm a bit, what I would probably class as a bit of a power user, as you can imagine. I've got numerous batteries for numerous purposes, and what I want to do in this video is show you how intelligent this charger is and why I like this charger. I was using my ChriswithaC RC T200, and obviously they sent this over for the purpose of review, and I've been using this solely since getting it. And last weekend was Heaverton. I had what we talking 15-20 battery packs, and I charged them all off this, guys. The good thing is about this, it's got many features that I appreciate using. In the sense of it's got battery conditioning, you know, obviously battery repair, you know, loads of different features, and I want to show you. What I'm going to do now, though, is I'll show you down on the desk. I've got a bunch of products here that they've sent over for the purpose of these videos, and I want to show you a quick overview of what's been sent. These are just a little part of their range, and yeah, guys, we'll then concentrate and I'll show you the features on this charger. I'll see you in a second. Right, okay, so on the table, guys, we have a selection of different things that GT Power have sent over for the purpose of evaluation and review. Big shout out to you guys, obviously, for sending it over. Starting from the left-hand side here, guys, we have an 8S battery checker, voltage checker, capacity checker, balance discharger and servo tester all in one. So that's really, really handy. Obviously, you've got so many different features on there. Really nice that they've sent that over. We're going to be testing this on a separate video. We've also got this very basic but very handy servo tester. As you can see here, I've used one of these previously. Really handy, especially if you're, you know, you have a problematic car or you have a bunch of servos that you want to check out. All the motion and all the features are working really well. But yeah, they're really good that obviously that is in there. We then have a professional servo tester. Now, this isn't something I've ever looked at or ever used, so I will be doing a little bit of a deeper dive, trying to work out how this actually works. And you know, I'll be doing probably these three in one video together. And also, guys, as you probably know, recently I've been building up my crawler to take out and use on the channel and just enjoy. Now, one thing that a lot of scale users and a lot of crawler guys like to do is add these like car engine simulated sounds. So they actually have this sound module that connects up into your ESC, into your receiver, and then obviously you're able to, as you're driving, it'll give you realistic sounds. And yeah, quite cool little feature, really. Something that I've quite novel, never used myself. 58 different kind of effects they've mentioned on there. We also have this basic charger. All right, now this is essentially a 50-watt charger. This is going to be a hell of a lot better than using one of those really rubbish kind of USB chargers. If you're on a budget, you know, I mean, it's worth handy picking something like this up. I'm not sure what the cost of this is, but it's not going to be a great deal, and it's going to be very easy to use. A couple of little features, but it will charge maximum of 4 amps, and I believe, let's have a look. What are we doing? 2 to 4S you can do on this. Okay, so that's handy. I'll do that in a separate video. We also have this 10 amp 100 watt single charger that will allow you to go up to, I believe this is 8S. Let's have a look. 6S, up to 6S. Touchscreen. Really nice charger, but the star of the show for me today are these two guys. So I'm just going to quickly pause the video 2 seconds, and then we'll take a deep dive into these two products. So today, guys, we're going to be looking at the GT Power Jet Fan 2. Really handy, this one, guys, is for example, I went out to Heverton last weekend, brought the cars obviously with me, and while we were there, Heverton is inherently dusty. And one thing I will mention, that while you're out and about, cleaning debris off your car, especially if you're going to be using a car more than once, is something that I always like to try and do. But last weekend I was without my blower. Now essentially what this is just a fan, guys. Okay, so what you could use it for here is numerous things, including, if you wanted to, you could also use it for camping purposes. So obviously, turning it on, at the bottom you've got your charger, you've got a a USB Type-C port there for charging, your on-off button, which will be, as you can see, and this will help you, let's turn it down, this will help you obviously clean all the debris off your car. So, ready? All adjustable via the switch there. Yeah, really handy, and for especially cleaning debris off your vehicles. Let's turn it off. Put all these back here because I just realised I've blown over a load of screws. The good thing is about this is obviously it's got metal fan blades inside, as you can see. So obviously those fan blades are not going to get bunged up by debris and dirt, and you know, obviously this should last a good while. It's got a really nice kind of weight to it, made out of this aluminium, so this is all metal. It comes with obviously these 3 different separate pieces, so depending on what you want to clean off, you could just swap it out. For example, if you want to kind of get in and maybe blow off a motor or some fans, or you know, something like that. Obviously it's really small tip, and the finer you go, the more direct the power is going to be. So obviously that by there now is just flowing into a small section. Obviously for cleaning out, you could use it for cleaning your computer keyboards, controllers, anything. But I will be using this bashing with me quite regularly, because it is something that essentially a lot of us will need. Especially when you're out and about, and we're in the warmer months as well, because you could essentially, let's say you've got a really hot motor for some reason, you could come over, put the attachment on, cool your motor down for 2 seconds, and then continue running. For dusty areas, that sort of thing, really handy. So it's, what they're saying here is clean-up table device, that sort of thing, blow dust off your vehicles, blow and clean up dust off your drones. Outdoor use, so as I say, you could probably blow up a inflatable bed with it or something like that. RC, outdoor play, so I'm not sure what they mean by this. It's powerful, very powerful. I think there you go, 110,000 RPM, so it really spins up really fast to give you a nice direct airflow as well. But I will say the quality of it is very decent, and it's nice that obviously I do have a bigger sort of fan down there that I use for cleaning up my vehicles when I come home, but at least when I'm at my bash spot I can kind of blow them all off and get used to it. So really awesome. There will be a link in description to where you can pick this up. Let's have a look. Any on the back? Voltage range, capacities. So there's a 1100 mAh battery inside. Charge time is 3 hours. The weight of it is 460 grams. Theoretical battery life, they're saying is about 4 hours. So yeah, really nicely made. It's the newer version of the jet fan as well. So I will be using that today myself. I'll be charging that up and actually taking it with me. Now, the star of the show here is this charger. I've been using this solely now for a couple of weeks, and I've got to say I'm very, very chuffed with the way this is performing. It is a 400 watt I should say, so 200 obviously DC power, 200 AC power. So what I mean by that, AC is likely to be your sort of plug socket, that sort of thing, plugging it into the wall. DC is running it off a battery. Okay, so you have got QR codes for scanning your batteries. Is a smart, intelligent charger that works really well. I've been very happy with the way this is performing. So here's the specs, guys. Should you want to pause it, you can, but I'll quickly go over for you. Charge current from 0.1 up to 12 amps times 2. Discharge current up to 3 amps times 2. 12 amps in FBD dis mode. Okay, so I'm not quite sure what FBD dis is. I will check that out for you in a moment. Charging 200 watts DC 400. Discharging power, so obviously that's giving you that. Balance current is 1 amp, but tolerance is 0.01 volts. So really the tolerances are good. Obviously charging capabilities up to 6 cell. So you can, it is a 6 cell charger, guys. All right, so not 8S or anything like that. Yeah, up to 6, which is more than fine for me. Now, should you want to use the app, and I will show you the app in a moment, there is this little QR code. Scan it and an app will appear. I think it's called the X2 Pro app. I will check that out for you in a moment. But with that, obviously it gives you a bunch of features, and I'll show you all that when I plug it in. So going into the box here, guys, it comes with, now the only thing I will say, I would have liked to have seen the addition of some extra cables in there. You got your instruction manual, obviously, which you can, as you can notice, I have actually been in here, used it. I've gone in, checked out all the information about it. In the side then, you've got your charge cable. Obviously, I'm in the UK, so I use a 3-prong plug. And there is one cable, but they're Deans. Now, I don't use Deans, okay? So I will be changing these over to EC5. But yeah, it's nice that they've included them, but obviously beware, pick the battery type that you need, or get yourself some cables off the internet where obviously you can plug in your cables. And then we've got the charger here, guys. Right, okay. So as you can see, it is a tower unit. On the front, you have obviously your select, your start, your enter buttons, obviously changing the values. Your XT60 plugs, obviously for providing the power. These are your balance ports, and these are for temperature sensing. On the back, we've got a great big fan here, obviously for blowing any warm air off the rails, off the charger off. You've got your AC input and your DC input by there, and also USB if you want to use that. Okay, it's got a quite nice looking charger. Now, one thing to mention, when you're charging, you have got this bright light here that shines up while it's charging. I'm going to get the cables I need a second, and obviously we're going to be charging a battery here, so I can show you. Right, guys, so obviously this is the X2 Pro by GT Power. As you can see, it's now turned on. I'm just going to connect a balance cable in to show you. Obviously, your balance cable. The one thing I will say, I wish they had included this in with the packaging. This is your balance board. As you can see, you go from 2S to 3S, 4, 5 and 6. Something you will need to purchase. I believe you can buy these on their website, but it's not actually included with the charger itself, unfortunately. So just plugging this in a second. Obviously you want your prongs here to the facing towards the right hand side there. Okay, so that's now plugged in. I'm just going to move the camera up a little bit just to show you. I do apologize, obviously trying to get this right. Okay, there you go, that's a bit better. Now again, you will need the correct cable for charging. Nice and easy XT60 port there, and obviously I use an EC5. I'm going to plug my battery in, guys. Okay, so that now goes, I'm charging a 4S pack here, and obviously EC5 to EC5. Now I'm just going to quickly go through some features a second. Alright, you've got obviously the modes on here. So you've got lithium, nickel metal hydride and NiCad, lead acid PB batteries, and then obviously you use a cell, so your cell meter, let's plug that in. Obviously, as you can see here, the battery is now reading, and then obviously that is giving you your cell meter readings. You can use program select and user programs, and use setting the program in. You've got test like internal resistance, so if I hit that, it will then come up with my internal resistance of the battery. As you can see, I've got one slightly higher than the rest, but still within margin, so that's good. And then back out. And then back to lithium mode. So lithium mode, obviously, yeah, as you can see, last one I had on there was storage charge. I want to go to now, as you can see, repair, balance, balance charge. So let's go to, you always charge my battery depending on what the mAh rating. As you can see, this is an 8800 mAh 130C DXF battery, so I will take this up to 8 amps. So for every 1000 mAh is 1 amp on your charger. Right, moving it across. As you can see, I've hit OK. Take it down to 4S. I'm going to hold my finger on the button. It's now checking the battery. Yes, it's confirmed it's all 4S. And then we're off to the races. Now this will rush up, obviously, to 4 amp. So LiPo charging, 1.6, 2, 2.1, 2, 3.1, 3.7, 4.2. And it'll keep going and going and going and going. There you go. So we're at 8 amps. So we're now charging a full 8 amp charge, okay? So which is really nice. Obviously you get this battery will then charge as quick as it does. So I'm quickly going to go through. As you can see, it's now reading all the cells by pressing across. You've got your fuel level. That will level itself out in a moment. And then obviously, whoop, there you go. Back. Let's start it again. Oh no, we don't want it at 6S. We want it 4S. Check it again. Okay. I will register in a moment. Starting to rush up. So again, we're now charging at 8 amps. Let's stop this. I want to show you the app, guys, okay? So I'm just going to quickly show you the app. Let me just log into my phone a sec. So the app you're going to be using for this is what they call X2 Pro, this app here. All right, so this is the app, the intelligent app. So it's found an update. So the thing is with this is obviously you can update the firmware of this charger. So I'm charging channel 1. So you got channel 1 and channel 2 there. So obviously that is dependent on which battery you want to control. We're just going to select LiPo, right? We're going to do a balance charge. We're going to put it on 4. Click next. And we're going to set the amperage. So I don't know, let's say I want to charge at 4.8. Click start. It will ask me to confirm. Watch the screen. Confirm. And then I get a meter reading. So this is obviously your batteries. You've got your current. You've got the charger temperature, your voltage, how many cells you're charging. The capacity is going in. and charge count. Okay, let's stop that a second. Okay, now I want to maybe, let's say, discharge my battery. I've got a 4-cell LiPo battery. I want to discharge it. You can go all the way up to 3 amps. Okay, that's my apologies about that. 3 amps. It's going to discharge at 3 amps. There you go, and the charge is now started. It'll allow discharge the batteries at 3 amps for me. So I'm going to stop that again. Okay. Repair. This is quite important one I found. Okay, so to keep your batteries obviously in good sort of condition. I do this now and again. So let's click repair. The highest you can select is 1.5. Confirm. And what this will now do is nicely balance out your battery for you. So yeah, quite neat, quite handy. Let's stop that again. Now, you can scan your batteries, guys. I would like to access my camera. There should be a little QR code somewhere on the battery. There's not one on here, I don't think. But you can create a QR code and then scan your battery, and then it'll automatically give me the settings there. Let's come back out. The other thing, guys, here is you can set user-defined programs. So if you click in here, I want to set this battery in particular. All right, so like DXF battery. I want it to be a LiPo charge. I want it to be 4S. I want it to be a balanced charge next. All right, and I'm going to set the charge capacity to 8 amps. There you go. Confirm. All right, and then LiPo cell balanced charge for save. So what will happen here now, as you can see, there is a little, if I select that, I can start or edit. Let's click start. Now the only thing I would like to see here, I haven't actually seen anything. Let's just go back and stop this. The only thing I would like to have seen, quite honestly, is in the user defined program, is if I click in here and click edit, some way to name what battery. So I could put it in there, DXF 8000 mAh. But I couldn't actually see anything in there. All I could see is obviously just the name of. But if I click on there, what I can then do, and I really like this, is now I can, if I wanted to, print this off, all right, which I probably am going to start doing, and I can then stick it to my batteries. So when I come back to the app, all right, let's say I've got my printed label there. I go scan my label. It knows exactly what to charge and away to go. I thought that was amazing. All right, but yeah, really, really nice. So I'm going to set this to charge now. Let's go balance charge. Yes, 8 amps, perfect. Starting it up. Let's go. So that is now charging my battery. I'm quite happy. I'm going to take a quick sip of my cup of tea. Really, really clever and initiative. Clever and a really clever. Well, it's just a clever way of charging your batteries. I love the whole QR code. I can stick it on my packs. I know I can just come along, scan with my app, plop straight on top. The charger knows exactly what it's going to do, and we're off to the races. Right. Going to pause the video and go up top. Right, so the X2 Pro, guys, by GT Power. I love some of the features of this charger. I've got my battery charging away by there now, getting ready to go out and obviously take the Synchro for his first run. But such a unique way of charging, and it's not something I've come across for until now, is that little QR code. I can come along, plop my camera on top, it'll read the QR code, all the settings will go straight to the charger. It knows exactly what it's doing, no messing about, no hassle. What you could also do is create, if you wanted to, like a storage charge feature for it as well. So obviously you have 2 QR codes, one for charging, one for storage, and you can literally hit that button, come across, scan your QR code, and obviously when you come back from it, there's no messing about, no hassle, no stress. The repair feature, I've had batteries that are completely unbalanced, and I've put them onto the repair feature, I think it took me a total of 2 hours for the one battery pack, but every time I've gone back to use that battery pack now, all the batteries are so I can thoroughly recommend this charger. It's not something I've not used, okay? So big shout out to GT Power. I really appreciate this charger. I think it's absolutely awesome, and I think, guys, if you're looking to spend a few pound and have a good charger that's going to give you great features and ease of use, this is definitely down your street. The other thing is, guys, obviously a link in the description to where you can pick these products up. Huge thank you to GT Power for including obviously this charger and all the others. Guys, I'll also be doing a video on some of the other parts. Until next time, guys, check the box for more videos. Stay awesome. I'll catch you later.